is it possible to transform from home with the bodyweight exercises only? Well, if the only thing that you're doing is endless crunches and push-ups and clothing workouts and endurance type workouts, then I'm not surprised, and you shouldn't be surprised that your results aren't satisfying. But it doesn't mean that this is impossible to transform from the comfort of your home. In fact, this cannot be further from the truth. And today I've got a living testimonial of that, which is my client Andrea, who's been through 8-week transformation program from home, and she's got undeniable results that you can see on the screen. But it's not only the physical changes that she's been through. Also, her mindset and her business flourished, and she feels, I just gonna invite her here and she's gonna tell you how she feels. That's why I didn't want it to be just the pictures. I want you to get the full message, the full transformation, how the person transforms within. So you can hear and see how life can change and catch the full transformation, because pictures do not tell the whole story, but this video will do. So welcome, Andrea, and enjoy. Today we've got Andrea. Andrea is one of my clients, technically. She's gone through amazing 8-week transformation, and it was home transformation, and that's why she's here to give you some secrets, tips, ins and outs of the transformation, talk about what is she doing, how is she started the transformation. Sorry. It's just a notification that we've got a meeting. So Andrea today is going to talk about her transformation, what is she doing, what she's achieved throughout these 12 weeks. It was it's worth mentioning that it was during Christmas time, so it was even more challenging, and she wasn't doing one-to-one coaching. She was doing it all by herself, and she was very smart because she's been reaching out to me and keep sending me pictures, which I love to see. Her transformation, that was a way of keeping herself accountable, but she's going to talk about it anyway. So less about me talking. Now, could you tell us then a little bit about yourself, what you do for a living, and how did it all started? Like, when have you decided that it's time to make a change?
Yeah, okay, so basically I'm an audiovisual translator and media accessibility translator here in Spain. And, well, as you can imagine, I spend my day sitting down and not moving. And especially I work from home. It's not only that I'm in an office, I'm just in my house, so I don't have to get dressed to go to a job or anything, so everything happens here. So basically I think that's where everything started, because I didn't move at all. And yes, basically I started to put on weight because I was at home not moving, and also I think my anxiety had a lot to do with it, because I kind of projected my anxiety towards food. So if I was feeling anxious, I would be like, okay, I'm just gonna go to the kitchen, let's see what I have. And you know, that was basically the whole situation there. And well, as you know, I started following you from Swansea Uni, and yeah, I started following you, and I liked what I saw on your page. And well, you know, I wanted to come with you and everything, but I wasn't ready, you know it. And then when you posted about this 8 weeks transformation, doing it from home, I was like, that's it. That's one time I have to go more. So yeah, that was basically the beginning.
Absolutely. Yeah, I really glad that you mentioned that anxiety when you work from home and how this anxiety makes you wanna eat more. And that's the first step when you realize that you are eating to comfort yourself, not to eat it just because you're boring. And I've got the same. Like, honestly, when
you're not even hungry. You're just like,
yes.
oh, I'm just gonna go have a walk to the kitchen.
Honestly, and that's how easy you then put on weight, because you are bored, because you've got food accessible to you, because you like stressed with the work, and especially when you work online. That's why it's important to keep yourself busy with the activities that we are going to discuss today, like walking. We talked a lot about walking and how is this underestimated by people, and how we can have that hygiene, because I'm an online personal trainer, which means that I'm working online as well, so I absolutely can relate to that, and I know how important it is to take care of yourself so you can then give to others, and how important it is to have a good posture as well, because if you're sitting down all the time and you're not expending energy, it's going to go somewhere, sometimes in a relationship, sometimes anywhere else. So it's great that you took that step, and it's great that I decided to release that guide at the time. That was my Christmas goal, kind of.
Yeah, it was just like magical.
Dream.
Perfect.
I'm so glad to hear that. So about the transformation now. So would you like to first maybe tell us when was the turning point? And when you decided like to call me to put the application through, if you don't mind sharing any like trigger one situation or multiple situations, and yeah, so let's start from that.
Basically, I've always had this difficult relationship with myself. Like, I've never like loved myself enough. And I was coming to a point where I wasn't loving anything about me. Like, I was feeling so sorry for myself, for everything. Like, I don't like what I see in the mirror. I don't like anything. I think I'm shit at my job, which I'm not. But, everything, this internal dialogue you have, everything was so terrible. Everything was like, I'm not good enough, I'm not worth it. And, it came to a point where I was like, okay, I need to do something about this, because this cannot go on forever. And that's just when I decided to contact you, and yeah.
That's how it all began, isn't it? Yeah, that's super important, and that's an amazing step. That's the kind of first step that you do for yourself, because then you, by doing it, but by taking a step or to reach out to someone for help, you are showing yourself already you are worthy to get the help that you deserve. And that's where the transformation actually happens. And then the other thing, and the universe responds. And in responding, I just got me in the head, Misha, get this done, this 8-week program. Because, I've had that. I've created that back in summer, but I've never put it on online because it wasn't finished. So, but I was like, okay, let's do it before New Year's so people can start fresh before the January, and that was for you basically. So I'm very glad, that we've met and we've hit it on so quickly.
I remember when I read like the post you did, I was like, that's for me. I was like, that is for me.
Yes, it really was. Yeah, I'm so glad. And seeing you transforming was always like my heart was melting, and every single time you send me, I was so glad that you've been sending me all these, transformation, all these week by week check-ins, even though I haven't asked you, and you kept yourself accountable, and I was happy. So that was a win-win for everyone.
But because I think it's so easy to let your mind tell you, oh, okay, you're doing this, but you're not achieving anything. This is shit. And I knew I had to take pictures, because if I didn't, I would let my mind tell me, you're not getting anywhere.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That would help. Yeah.
That is such an underestimating thing. The pictures, people focus on more on weight, and that's what you're going to talk about as well. Like, people just look on weight and they treat it as a measurement of how good you are at exercise, how much weight you lost. That is defining your value. But this has nothing to do with getting in shape. Nothing. You can weigh more and look better. Or you can, like, if you put on muscle, you're gonna put on weight as well. So that is so important to look at the pictures, because you might not lose weight, but on the picture will reflect that you've changed, and the clothes will get looser and you will feel better. So there's so much more to that. Well, okay, let's get to another question, which was so tell us more now, like, what you've been doing, the secrets, the in and out, what you have to be doing to actually achieve that success. What was in that 8-week program that made you transform the most? What had the biggest impact? What you've been doing? Just give us some outline here.
Okay, so, well, first of all, I think nutrition is just the key. Because you need to be accountable of what you are taking, and you need. It was so so frustrating at first, because it was like, I don't know anything about nutrition. This is too hard. Blah 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 blah. But yeah, it really changed how I feel towards food, because now I know which foods are nutritious, are going to help me have, the energy to actually get my work done, then go have a workout, then go for a walk, and be able to sleep properly. So that was like eye-opening for me. I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then, well, as I have said, I really had like a really slow life, let's say. So I didn't go for walks or anything, because I used to think, oh, I'm so tired from today's work, I'm just gonna go to the sofa, or and I would make myself believe that I didn't have time to go for a walk because I was so tired, but that's not the case. And now I have this mindset that the quicker I get my job done, the quicker I can just get out of the house and just get the sun in my face and move for a little bit. And that's really helped as well, like going for walks. I mean, I don't even do it like to add steps to my steps of the day. I just do it for, fresh air, a little bit of sun or rain or whatever. And yeah, what else? Well, the pictures, as I have said, I think that's important to do. And well, basically for me, maybe not for another person, but for me, I didn't want to weigh myself, because I've never had this good relationship with the scale, and I was like, I'm going to start doing this, not weighting myself. Like, I'm just gonna go see how I feel, what changes I can see, but not in the scale. And yeah, that was huge. I'm basically like working out. I think that was that was like eye-opening for me, because I started seeing that I was stronger. Even if I was doing it from home and my dumbbells were like 5 kilos, it was like really tiny compared to what you can do in a gym. But then I could go shopping, and I could carry more things, and I'm like, stronger. So yeah, that's basically all that I have done.
And how did it impact your, your confidence, like feeling strong, and how did it impact your kind of mindset and then work?
It was great, because, for example, I could go by myself to the shopping of the week, and I didn't need my partner or anything. Like I can do everything. So that was good. And actually having like more active lifestyle is best for my sleeping habits now. Because before, well, I was tired mentally from my work, but I wasn't tired in my body, so I wasn't sleeping very well. And now I am.
Wow, that is...
Yeah, because now I'm tired in my mind, but also like in the body. So that's a win-win.
That is so true. Honestly, I think that is a sign, again, because I even have flatmates, and I always tell them, like, from my experience, just turn off the UV light, but then they're just like, well, but I've got my UV light turned off and I still can't sleep. So then I'm just like, I always want to like fix and help them out. So I'm just wondering, like, what is the other factor that can make them not go to sleep? And then today we found out actually that they're not moving much. So you're not expending that energy. That energy is within you. And if you're not tiring yourself, like we've been like in ancient times, we would run in the forest, we would be tired of life, on day-to-day activities. And sometimes even just going for a walk for 15-30 minutes at 9 o'clock p.m., it's gonna help you and put you to sleep. Yeah, so that fresh air, it's a lot. And another thing I picked up on, can't resist mentioning, is becoming the frequency that you want to become. So you've mentioned about the walks and how you felt like you don't have the energy, and you felt you've been making excuses not to go because you were so tired of work. Of work. Now it is of work. Of work, that you didn't want to go outside. But actually, what it does, it's so counterintuitive. It actually brings you that energy. It keeps you alive. You come back kind of fresh and ready to get things done. And I've noticed that as well.
And actually, just going for a walk, it can improve your mood. Like I was feeling when I before I started everything, I was like not really sad, but maybe I was hungry and I didn't know why. I was like, and I was uncomfortable. And now I can see that it was because I was indoors for so long, and now I can be my best version, not just for myself but for others. And I think that's because I'm going out more, I'm more active, and just everything's better.
You're an independent, strong woman now. You can carry shopping by yourself. That's the goal achieved, isn't it? Yeah, honestly, when you feel like you can do more by yourself and that you don't need to rely on, it's nice to rely on others, but it's great to feel that you've got your own thing going on, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that you are getting stronger by yourself. You've got goals, like you've got life outside the job, and that is beautiful. Yeah. So let's look at some more question we've got. I think that one is a good one. So we talk about a lot of wins, so many wins, and the pictures will speak volumes if I put them up. But what about challenges? What were your biggest challenges? Because, how did you handle that time, that Christmas time, lots of trees and everything. I was amazed of your transformation. You still kept it up. How did you overcome some challenges along the way and what they were?
I think the biggest one was just my mind, like my internal dialogue. Like, you're not gonna be able to do this, you're not gonna get anywhere, you're not worth it, it's a waste of time. That was the hardest part. But I think it was really helpful to have you there because I knew I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to send the pictures to her. So I have to do it. So that was very helpful. But actually, I'm very surprised at how well I did. And then, it was Christmas time. I don't know how I did it. Like, I think it was useful that I went back home and I used it as, I'm gonna enjoy this Christmas time to just go for walks with friends or family or just around my neighborhood. And actually when the big days for Christmas came, like the 24th and the 25th, I was like, you know what? I'm just not going to be crazy about the tracking calories or anything. I'm just gonna enjoy the night, and tomorrow will be another day. I still did some exercises. I went for a walk, but I didn't like go crazy. And that's basically what I did. I just,
Amazing. I'm so impressed. How did you you've got such a great balance right from the beginning? Because, some of my clients, and including even myself, when I first started, I was struggling to let go of calorie tracking because it was something that gave me a big transformation at the time. So that's very, very important to enjoy that time. And I'm talking about it a lot during the Christmas time. So my clients and also myself, I'm easy during that time, so that negative self-talk doesn't come back, and we allow ourselves to enjoy and restore and rejuvenate, so then we can push harder. Isn't it? Yeah, so that's beautiful. And just one question popped into my mind when you mentioned your family. How did they react to that transformation? Because they saw you changing.
They were a bit shocked at first when they were seeing me waiting food and but they were very supportive, so that's good. And actually, when Christmas came, I think I was like 2 or 3 weeks in the training. I think it was 3 weeks. And when they saw me, they didn't see any changes, and I was like, but how? And I was so hurt. I was like, just don't talk to me. But it didn't really matter because I could see it. I could see the clothes were looser, and the clothes don't lie.
Yeah, I know. It's and the bloating you also mentioned that.
Yeah, I used to have really bad bloating issues. Like, I had gone to specialists to run tests because I didn't know why I was getting this bloating, but like extreme bloating. Like, no, I'm a little bit. No, it was like huge.
Pregnant. I can relate. Yeah.
Since I started, since I started tracking calories and moving my body, like, everything we've said, everything changed. Like, I think it was 2 weeks in when I realized, like, oh, I haven't been bloated in 2 weeks. I was like, oh, that's weird. And then, weeks went by, and I was not getting bloated. I did get bloated on Christmas Eve.
That's okay. that's everyone.
Yeah, but I haven't been bloated since, and that's something very strange for me because I have been suffering from bloating like for years.
That's a huge boost of that's what personally gave me the biggest boost of confidence, I believe, because you can't really enjoy yourself to the fullest when you feel like there is something in your gut but there's nothing there. It's just like whatever you eat, it just feels crap. And yeah, so I can imagine how big of an impact, because I've gone through that myself, it had on your relationships, and also the relationship with food. Did it change throughout this past few weeks?
Yeah, it did change. I mean, I've always liked cooking. I love it, and I love eating, obviously. But before, I used to avoid like pasta or bread or starchy carbs, let's say, because I had this mindset that, oh no, those are bad, those are going to make me fat. But now I enjoy it. Like, I have toast for breakfast, I have noodles, I have everything that I like, I'm having it. And that's making me very happy because I can enjoy food and not feel guilty.
Absolutely. Isn't it amazing to have such freedom?
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly.
It makes me really happy because, when you're eating and you're like doing this little dance where you...
Yes.
so
Honestly, it's a game changer, and because it's so hard to believe that you can live the life without restriction and like enjoy yourself, and the bloating disappears when you actually enjoy yourself, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's I love to hear these stories, because honestly, from the very beginning we've met, I could see myself within you so much, and that it's not only it's not only, just like you said, about the body, it's about how you feel, and that you're changing. It doesn't matter how long it's gonna take, and the longer the better, because then your results are sustainable, and you're not just getting a quick fix in 2 weeks by not eating carbs, because that is easy. If you don't eat carbs, then you're gonna lose a lot of water as well, but then it's not something that you will enjoy. So why would you deprive yourself from calories, from fuel, which are carbs, if you can still have it and have so much energy for walking and fueling the workouts, isn't it? Yeah. Now, a very interesting question, because you've had an amazing mindset that made you make a change without even having one-to-one coaching, which is super rare, because most of the time it's so hard, so easy to give up on yourself if you don't have the accountability. And even like your family didn't see the changes, and you've never gave up. You've just been doing this for yourself. So now I want to ask you, what would you advise for someone who would like a change? What kind of mindset they need to have? What kind of self-talk they need to have to be able to achieve those results?
I think that most basic thing is like, you have to do it for yourself, not for everyone else around you to see. That's not what matters. Like, you have to do it because you want it, because you want a change in you, not because you want somebody to see the changes in you. That's just the baseline.
That's it. Yeah, absolutely. I love it.
And just being kind to you, like, because it's so easy to get in this toxic narrative of saying super bad things to yourself, and you have to stop and think, would you say that to a friend? Would you talk like that to a friend? And it's never the case. You don't talk like that to someone you love. So that's what you have to do. You have to allow yourself to have bad feelings, but like, okay, I'm not feeling good today, but I'm not gonna be feeling this forever. Tomorrow is going to be another day. Maybe today I have a bad body image day, but tomorrow is going to be different. Like, it's okay to have mixed feelings. You just have to go easy and just be good to yourself.
Yes, absolutely. We all have these days, and it's not like bloating is going to disappear forever. And the more you fight it, the worse it gets. Because I know how it is, because it gets worse by getting stressed and beating yourself up. Like our gut feels emotion. We feel our intuition in a gut. It's connected to our brain. So the way you feel about yourself, it's then gonna influence how you feel, how you look, how you perform, and like how you perceive the reality eventually, isn't it? Yeah, so that's amazing to hear. That was a complete body and mind transformation, isn't it?
Yeah.
And what are your now goals for the future?
I think I just want to keep being consistent, to have this control over a tiny bit of my life, because, life is so ever-changing, and that can make you feel stressed or have anxiety, and I think having control over a tiny bit of your life, like whether it's your nutrition or how many times a week you train or the walks you go, I think that's what I want to keep improving at, like, and being the master of that tiny bit of my life. And yeah, basically I just want to keep getting stronger and just keeping in the tracks of this new mindset.
Absolutely.
Maybe then in the future I would go to the gym instead of doing everything in the house, or make a mix of both. We'll see.
Yeah, that's amazing to hear how it's all changed and how you got the strength and how you're now ready to level up your transformation and bring it even further to the gym floor. So, speaking of which, because I would love to support you in having that momentum going, and also I'm super grateful for you being an example, and I want to reward you for that unstoppable mindset and just like going through such a challenge by yourself and having that you basically filled up your entire self with that self. You gave yourself what you needed to transform, and that is beautiful. That is something that needs prize. So I would like to give you 1 month for free of my online coaching with all.
Oh, really?
Yes, really.
Oh, oh.
You're very welcome. It's such a pleasure. And I always love I miss your check-ins now, So that would be so great to see you transforming even more, taking your transformation, just a step up and starting to lift some serious weights,
Yeah.
slowly but surely. And yeah, you will get everything, like all of the recipes that you enjoy, the workouts, how much you'd like to have, and yeah, let's see where it takes us.
Oh, thank you. You're a darling.
I know, thank you. And you too, thank you so much for today, for being that example and empowering. You know, that's the empowerment that I want to see in the world. And your testimonial is going to inspire so much women, because, you know, the pictures, they speak volumes, but they don't tell the whole story, doesn't it? You never know, like, some people go through transformation and they feel crap. That's the truth, because they don't do it from the place of love. That's where you need to start. Because if you're doing it for, like, if you're counting these reps and you feel, you don't focus on 10 reps that you've done and you focus on 2 reps that you haven't done and beat yourself up for it, then that's not going to be sustainable. So I love coaching you, and I have no doubt you're going to get very, very far. So thank you so much again, and I will stop the recording, but we can stay on Zoom. Just like you see, guys, it's not only the body transformation, and it's not only the exercises that are fueling the transformation. In fact, they are only the icing on the top of the cake. That is self-love. That self-love that is carrying and fueling your workouts, and that's giving you that sustainable change to fuel your body, to make the change. You know, not from the place of hatred, because that is not going to last forever. But from the place of love and pleasure, why not? Why keep taking away things from our life when we can start adding and then feeling the same things, not only in nutrition, not only in exercise, but in other areas of our life. Our opportunities will expand, we will expand, our perspective will change completely. So because I want to help as much people as I can, then I will link that 8-week transformation challenge down below, so that you can transform from the comfort of your home, especially if you are an online entrepreneur who sits long hours on a screen and wants to start somewhere. That is a great idea to start from here, but also it's a great idea if you're going on vacation, then to sustain your transformation this way. In fact, I use it every time I go on vacation. I use that guide, and it's not only the exercises that are there, it's also the guidelines, nutrition-wise and mindset-wise, how to coming from the loving place, how to not set yourself up for the burnout, how to be gentle with yourself. So yeah, and if you still feel like you would like some more support, you want to get undeniable results with a very short period of time, if you are struggling with inner critic, with anxiety, with restriction, just living a life of restriction, not feeling worthy and good enough to achieve results, keep sabotaging yourself. But deep down, you know, you always feel that there is a part of you that just wants to break free, that feels that you can actually do it. There is that little hope for you. Then I really, really recommend you to apply for my online coaching, one-to-one coaching. Just fill out the consultation form, and then what happens next, we're going to get on a call, get clear on what you want, what's holding you back, and set a step-by-step plan for you to be able to transform and then sustain that change. So if this is something that you'll be interested in and want to change and transform and sustain it, then go ahead and apply. And with that being said, I hope that you all enjoyed today's video, that it was of value to you. And if it was, then hit the like, subscribe, and notification button so you will never ever miss my future uploads. And also comment, ask questions, whatever you'd like. I would love to hear from you guys and get ideas for future videos, because this community, it's what creates, it's what helps me fulfill my purpose. So I really appreciate you guys for watching, and I wish you a lovely day, and see you next time. Bye bye.